Hi everyone. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate your viewership and I appreciate you tuning in. I wanted to make this video as a dedication to my best friend, Carlos J. Powell, who passed away on February 7th, 2021. My friend Carlos was often seen sitting right here on this bench right next to me, and we shared a lot of really great memories together. And it was quite unexpected that he passed away on February 7th. And we received the news, the dreadful and terrible news, my wife and I. And it was a very difficult day for us. And, this is somebody that I've had in my life for a very long time. We actually met at New York, which is located at 117 Crosby Street in 2012. And ever since then, we've been hanging out quite regularly. I'd go to his house once a week. He'd come to my house once a week. We'd make the 2-hour trip from New Jersey to New York, Brooklyn specifically, and vice versa. And over the past 9 or 10 years, we built a very strong foundation and a very strong friendship. And just thinking about everything that we've been through, it goes without saying that I would not have been able to shoot this video a week ago when my friend passed away. I was completely devastated. I can't even begin to process everything that happened. A lot of variables, a lot of phone calls received. And I just want to thank everybody who has reached out to me personally. I want to thank everybody who took a moment of their time to just send me a text message or an Instagram DM or a Facebook message. I really do appreciate it. I thank you so much for, wanting to be there for me and making sure that I was okay. And, obviously this is a very difficult thing for anybody to have to go through, especially considering the fact that I used to see him so often and he really was my best friend in this community, and we sort of thought on the same wavelength in terms of how we understood fragrances. And it was really nice to have that energy where I can bounce ideas back and forth off of him. And our collaborations were just so seamless and so effortless. And I'll certainly miss picking him up at the transportation center, and he has a bag full of goodies and he's like, look what I brought for us to review today, and there would always be so much passion and excitement in his voice. And it was really a treat. And it's going to be tough. My 3-year-old daughter would just love playing around with him, and he would chase her around the coffee table here. And we made a lot of really great memories, going to the beach over the summer, going to perfume stores, sharing an award nomination for our YouTube channels respectively. And there's just so much that has happened over this past decade that I cannot even begin to enumerate all of the memories that we've shared and all of the experiences that we both proudly shared. And I told myself I'm going to shoot this video. I'm just going to improvise. I'm not going to have anything written down. I'm just going to talk about what's on my mind. I'm certainly not going to monetize the video. I am not looking for anything. I'm not looking for views. I'm not looking for subscribers. I'm not looking for money, nothing. I just want to make this video to say that, I love you, Carlos. I know you are looking down over us right now, and I know that you're in a better place because I do have faith, and I do certainly believe that. This past summer in 2020, I started getting a lot more into spirituality, and, I was raised religious. And so, it's nice to have a combination of the two. And I think that has given me a lot of strength that I am now able to utilize going forward. And I think the number one thing that Carlos would want for all of us is to honor his legacy. And he did something amazing and incredible by setting up that YouTube channel, because now whenever we want, at a single click, we can look at any of his videos and we can, admire him and his passion for perfume, and we can honor his legacy, and we can learn about, all of these amazing fragrances on the market, discontinued or otherwise. And maybe at the time, he was just sharing his passion with people. He didn't realize that he would eventually be putting forth a body of work that we can all utilize and have to assist us, in making, purchasing decisions or whatever, or just having a good time. We know he always enjoyed doing the niche or designer drinking games, and obviously this is something that he loved to do, and you can see it in his eyes. Whenever he picks up a perfume that he really loved and he was passionate about, he would smell it and it would just bring a smile to his face. Sometimes he would scream out loud, I think like he did in the Nishane Ani video. And so I have a lot of really good memories with him, obviously. And it's so amazing to see the outpouring of love and support from people in the community. I have to apologize. I haven't seen all the tributes because a part of me just wants to try to suppress everything and just try not to look at the pictures. And, obviously I had to make some really tough decisions over these past few days, going to Brooklyn, helping his family clean up the apartment, choosing his clothing for the burial. These are all things that nobody ever wants to do, but it's a necessary thing that has to happen. And so when you're right in the middle of it and you're kind of the person responsible for doing a lot of the things on the back end, you don't, that you have a certain responsibility that you must carry out. And in that moment, you have to be really strong. And so I just want to say that, I want to thank everybody who has put out a tribute, even though I may not have watched it yet. I'll watch it in time for sure. I want to thank everybody who has reached out to me. I, of course, want to thank everybody who has donated to the GoFundMe. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for giving my friend a proper send-off and for supporting his family. Because as I'm sure you know, a ceremony like that is very expensive. And so I want to thank you all for supporting my friend, his family, obviously his cats, which have been put in a good home. They are currently with Carlos's brother, who is looking after them temporarily until a good friend, a family friend, returns from vacation, and she is willing to take them permanently. And she already has a few cats. And so they are going into a loving home of an experienced cat parent, if you will. And so there are no fears and no concerns over that. The last thing that I would ever allow to happen is for Jean and Claude to be put up in a shelter or something like that. Not in a million years. And I also want to mention that I have not worn any perfume this past week. I do not want to associate any perfumes with the way that I have been feeling this past week, but I know that this is just the beginning for me in terms of my perfume hobby. And I say that because perfume for me has always been a form of escapism. I lost a lot of people in my life. I've lost family members. I lost both of my grandparents towards the tail end of 2020. They both died 2 weeks apart from one another. And I lost another childhood friend on November 4th. And so I've been through a lot towards the tail end of 2020, a lot of which I kind of just try to suppress and, not focus too much on, if you will. But I know that Carlos would want me to keep going. He would want me to keep doing the thing that united us and the thing that brought us together in the first place and the thing that we were both so passionate about, and that I will continue to be passionate about because it's become a part of my life now, a very significant, very integral part of my life. And so I know he would want me to keep going. And I know he would want me to keep reviewing and keep buying and keep spraying and keep loving. And of course, I will continue to do that. But I just, I needed a little bit of a break. So I want to thank everybody who has given me that break and allowed me to grieve this past week, to really mourn the loss of, my best friend in this community. And so I will be using perfume as escapism. But of course, perfume is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And it's something that we all admire. It's something that unites us. And it's something that is a common passion. And so I'm very privileged to be in this position where I have this platform where I can share my opinions on fragrances with the world. And I want to thank you for obviously watching my videos. I want to thank everybody who has even watched a second of this channel or my friend Carlos's channel. It really means a lot. And I am so, so, so happy that I have collaborated with him hundreds of times, as much as I have. And now I have these memories that can be revisited to really honor my friend and honor his legacy. And thank you all for your love, for your support, for the outpouring of love, for the tributes, for the dedications, the memorializations, for everything that I have seen and read, and all of the people who have called and messaged me. I'm doing okay, and I know that well, I'm not okay really, but I'm gonna be okay. I know it's gonna take a very long time. I know this is something that you don't quickly bounce back from, right? You don't quickly recover from something like this, but I think the more that I really trust the universe and put faith in God and say that, everything happens for a reason, the more patience I will acquire, and the more that I will begin to come to terms with the fact that my friend is in a better place and he is supporting me in this reviewing passion and this perfume passion. So that's it. Like I said, I'm not gonna edit anything. Everything was, off the dome, if you will. Thank you again for everybody to, just everybody who has supported, everybody who has donated, everybody who has done, their part, if you will. I love you guys. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being Carlos's friend. I know it means a lot to him, and it certainly means a lot to me. So, love you all, and we'll see you soon. Bye.